tell us what Price Radar is and what can travelers do with it?
Price Radar is a search engine which enables the customer to find the cheapest flights within the next 6 months.
Who will benefit from this service?
Mainly leisure travelers who are flexible, who are price sensitive, and who don't depend on specific dates.
How long did it take to develop Price Radar?
Unfortunately, it took us a bit longer than I thought and we had estimated. It took us around 4 months to build it.
Did you face any challenges?
Actually, what we tried to achieve is that extreme search, the pre-computed cache from Amadeus they built for us, it is extremely fast. It answers in around 500 milliseconds. So since this is answering so fast, our idea was to build something which is extremely fast, which is almost Google-like, let's say, in terms of response time. So it took us some time in the beginning to benchmark several technologies against each other to find out which would be the most suitable technology and the quickest way to parse the results and to display them to the customer.
How many people were involved in this project you had?
It was 3 developers, yes, from different groups. There was one developer from R&D, there was one developer from mobile, there was one developer from the flight team, and one designer.
Philip, how do you make sure that Price Radar is finding the best prices?
Since Price Radar is based, yes, on a cache, it is not 100% accurate. Based on Amadeus, the accuracy is 80%.
How do you face bugs, problems and usability weaknesses?
Yes, of course. I mean, we're doing all kinds of data collection and tracking with different analytics tools. Also, we will do some multivariant and A/B testing to test different versions, different designs, different implementations against each other. Obviously, we're also tracking price inconsistencies, non-available prices, etc. So yes, we're trying to track all these kinds of issues and problems.
How many destinations can be found on Price Radar?
Currently, we have 3,500 city pairs available.
Why is it not possible to find each single one of them?
Again, this is due to the cache. It's actually this cache Amadeus is building for us. It's a pre-computed cache, and it's a cache which is custom made for us, which means that we are giving the specifications for this cache to Amadeus, and Amadeus is building it for us.
Why did you choose the name Price Radar, and there is a story behind?
Actually, not really. We asked actually several people in our company to propose a name, and Price Radar was the outcome of it. We wanted to find a name which, yes, somehow explains, let's say, what the system does. Based on the data we collect, we will build other versions, other views, and yes, other use cases of extreme search in Price Radar.
Could you tell us a bit more about the technology used for the development and design of the tool?
The challenge was to create something that would be able to show the results in about half a second. We actually decided to invite all our development department to form teams and run a competition, a hackathon on this in order to find the best solution possible.
Are there any innovations in terms of development and design?
We had a very big challenge due to the fact that the data set that we need to handle is quite huge, and the information that needs to be displayed is also huge. Imagine that in one page we would need to show results that could span for over 6 months in the future and for all possible combinations of trip duration.
Were there any problems presented during the development and design, and how overcame those problems?
These were, as I said before, the very big data set that we had to handle, and the fact that we wanted to handle them in a very small amount of time. meaning less than a second. And of course, the second challenge that we had to face was the user experience and the user interface, as due to the complexity of the product, we had really to think a lot on the possible implementations, and we had really to create one version after the other, test it in order to finalize.
How PriceRadar is differentiated from similar ones in terms of both service offered and technology? What is the value proposition of PriceRadar?
Most of them concentrated on doing some kind of map implementation. From our side, we thought that this was way too complex. For this reason, and also due to the feedback we always had from customers when they were receiving, for example, newsletters, or they were seeing advertisements from airlines saying that, look, we're having this kind of offer for the next 1 or 2 months. So we took this as input, and we decided in one click showing to the customer within the next 6 months when he can actually find the best price, even if it is from a specific airline offer, even if there is no offer going in the background, so that we actually differentiate by actually giving an answer to this need of our customers.
Could you please present briefly how this tool works?
As soon as we receive as input from the user the city pair, in around half a second we receive a response with the cheapest flight, which exists for all possible combinations of departure and arrival, with a trip duration from 1 to 7 days for the next 6 months. After we receive this, we actually form and we create something like a calendar over 6 months ahead, with bars which look a bit like the stock exchange, and which actually show the fluctuation of the price. The customer, in one view, he can see that if he, for example, searched for a flight from Athens to New York, he can see that the best price is if he departs on the 1st of October and returns at the 10th of October.